Hello friends from Drive Logic Fleet, driverpreneurs from all over the United States, all over the world, as a matter of fact, taxi drivers, limo drivers, ride share drivers. This is your community. This is where we built a much better business model with the tools that is been given to us. Okay. Today we're going to talk about corporation, particularly corporations regarding taxi, limo, and rideshare, because this channel is about them, about you. You drive a taxi, you drive a limo, you do rideshare. I mean, you're hustling out there. So this channel is gonna try to give you tips about how to improve what you're already doing. Okay, and today it's no different. We're gonna talk about corporations, which is, in my opinion, the most important move that driverpreneurs, I mean single drivers, one or two drivers, usually working for another company, whether it's a rideshare, limo, or a taxi company, and want to earn more money. But if you're working for somebody else, then it's going to be hard, right? You need to put more hours. So in this channel, we want to make it happen. We want to help you earn more money while working for the same hours during the day. Okay, but first, going straight to the point, you need to open a corporation. It needs to be particularly a transportation corporation. Okay, I mean, a lot of people tell me, hey, I already have a corporation. What is the name of your corporation? Landscaping. It's not easy. I mean, a corporation is a corporation, but the name is important. It has to be related to transportation. And so yeah, you gotta choose, obviously, a good name, transportation. Okay, and because commercial insurance companies, they want to make sure that you are a legit business. They just don't want to write a policy and just give it to anybody. A commercial policy I'm talking about, okay? Because that's the key. The key is, if you have a corporation, then you could go out there and hustle for serious business. And in this channel, with this community, we talk about three sources of income, which is NEMT, non-emergency medical transportation. Okay, there's a lot of information out there about NEMT, a lot of good information, a lot of people out there giving good content, good value on it. Okay, so NEMT. Now the other stream is tours. I'm in New York City. Actually, I'm visiting right now. I was just talking to a client a couple of hours ago in the great state of New York. This is not New York City. This is outside New York City. Beautiful Middletown, New York. Middletown. And I'm heading to New Jersey, where I live and where the office is. But right now I'm going through the highways, the big big mall. The big mall in this area is I can't think of the name right now, but there's a big mall, very, very famous, Woodbury Commons, okay, just outside New York City. But going back to the tours, so that's another source of income, tours, okay? Because NEMT, somewhere about 53 billion a year, insurance money. They need transportation for their clients, right? You get hurt in an accident at work, workers' compensation. Okay, you gotta go a few times a week. Okay, so it's important to understand this type of business, NEMT. And I'm not even talking about public insurance. This is just private insurance. Your car accidents, your work related accidents. Okay, now it's a lot of money on that business, right? But they cannot just hand it to you, right? Give it to you. Okay, here, John, here is a contract to you under your name. Not really. You need a corporation. You need a corporation. And once you have a corporation, it's so easy to decide what do you want to do. You want to do NEMT, you want to do tours, you want to do regular car service for hire, private, whatever you want to do, you do need a corporation. In particularly, I'm talking about an LLC, because I'm talking to the small, driverpreneur, solo driver, 1 or 2 cars that wants to open up. Okay, but the first move has to be a corporation. Okay, you're probably already driving in the business. I don't want to convince anybody to get into driving if you don't like it. I love driving. I'm enjoying the road, so I cannot offer this type of business to somebody who maybe doesn't like driving. It's gonna be harder. But if you're one of those persons who like driving and like the outdoors, it's right here. You can see the mountains, the trees, beautiful. So I do love driving. I do love what I do. So we're going back to the NEMT, non-emergency medical transportation tours. Just any kind of tour. If you're in Chicago, tours. If you're in Florida, tours. Colorado, tours. Denver. I mean, there's so many. It's undescribable. Anywhere you at, you can offer tours. But you need a corporation. So that's the first step. That is the first step. Our website is drivelogicfleet.com. And we got 5 pillars there. So, but one of those pillars are is a corporation. Okay, particularly an LLC. Of course, I'm not an accountant. I'm not a lawyer. So you talk to your lawyer, to your accountant to open it up. Okay, I mean, we have services, we have accountants, and we have lawyers that could work through these things, but you don't even need that. You could do it yourself. But of course, again, I'm just giving you my opinion, humble opinion, not any advice. Just giving you my opinion, what it worked for me. I used to be a taxi driver. I'm still drive. I mean, I love it. Taxi driver, rideshare driver, limo driver. Not the stretch limo, but like the black on black town car, Lincoln Town cars. Back in the days, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when it really, it was good money in it. As a driver, I didn't care about opening a corporation or making my own company. Well, drivers then were making $1,000 to $1,500 a week. Can you imagine that? $1,000, $1,500 a week. 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Prices, home prices, rent was half of what it is right now. Don't quote me on that, but that's how it is. It's crazy because inflation has gone up, right? But as a driver, your income has decreased. because of the competition, because of the rideshare companies. Okay, I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm just saying that's the reality. Okay, because drivers used to make $1,500 and they did not have to put their car into the equation. So in other words, the company paid for the car and the gas and the insurance and repairs and everything else. Okay, you just made your salary $1,500 or $1,000, you know, and that was good. It's not everyone was making that amount, but that was good. But that was then, man. That was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. This is now. Now this is the age of AI, robo taxis, and all of that good stuff coming up. So you have to, if you want to keep driving, I will suggest to open a corporation. And again, LLC. You don't need to complicate yourself with the different type of corporations, because again, you are one or two cars. You don't need incorporated or S corp or whatever for that type of business. Okay, so but again, you know, consult. Don't take my word for it. I'm just giving you my opinion, what it have worked for me. And from there, once you have a corporation established in the state and all of that, anywhere you got it, it's legit. You got your tax ID number and everything. Then, of course, you have to put commercial insurance. You have to add other things, which is going to be another video. But for now, we're talking about corporations. Once you have the corporation, then you could go, and let's say you have a corporation and you have the commercial insurance, you have the credit card, the credit card machines, the account, the bank account, commercial account. You have everything in place. Now you can go and ask for work, okay, to the big brokers in the United States, right? You got brokers, or if you don't wanna do non-emergency medical transportation, then you have shuttles, you have tours, you have so many options. They are not open right now to you because you want to go as yourself and look for work. I get messages, hey, can I work for you, can I work with you, can I that's not the way it works. You gotta go get it. You gotta go out there and learn how to fish. I cannot give you the fish. I can teach you how to fish a little better than what you're doing now. Okay? But you do need a corporation. So this is the message for you today, guys. Without a corporation, you cannot increase your income as a driver unless you work more hours and you go a little bit crazy, like a lot of drivers in the world. For now, that's the message. Corporation. After a corporation, obviously you need a commercial insurance, commercial auto insurance. Okay, you need marketing. You need to have a commercial bank accounts and other things, and you know how to manage the fleet. You need to know what type of vehicle you need and all of that information. Okay, so that's the message today. Corporation, so you can really increase profits to your pocket, to your benefit. Okay, and little by little become independent. Now, the nice thing about corporation transportation is that once you have people working for you, you can manage that corporation remotely. Okay, you could be in any country, anywhere around the world, as long as you have a telephone communication, email, internet. That's all you need. and you can manage your company from abroad or from another place or from North Carolina, South Carolina, I mean, wherever. Okay, you do not need to be in one place. And once you learn that type of business, it is global. You know, transportation is global. But I could talk about United States. I cannot talk about anywhere else because rules are way different in different countries. But within the states of the United States, the rules of corporations and all of that, they vary, they're different, but not a whole lot, and they're very manageable. Just hiring a lawyer, accountant, or going through an agency and, you know, doing the paperwork, that's all you need. In other countries, I don't know all the things you need, but in the United States, you know, it's pretty clear. They want, you know, the government wants to expedite the papers so you could start, you know, earning money as a corporation, okay? And the corporation is it could be perpetual. It doesn't have an end. You die and the corporation keeps going. You give it to your kids, to your grandkids. Hopefully a profit-making corporation. You know? So there you have it. Okay, a corporation. First move. A corporation.